Story begin with a young man by the name of Kaga Ryasuk. Ryasuk currently lives alone with a puppy because his parents are currently working in Germany. Ryasuk commuted to school that morning by taking the subway as usual. He meets Mina Okura, a young woman who was his childhood buddy when he is at the station. Ryasuk and Mina both attend the same high school and are in the same class. Up until his friends referred to him as a perverted young man, Ryasuk loved filthy stuff. Even then, he frequently observed the girls' chest sizes. Ryasuk discovered Lasara Ristal, a red-haired girl, standing by herself in the rain in front of his house when he got home from school. Ryasuk was able to see Lisa's underpants and attractive physique because of the strong rain, which left Lisa drenched and her garments all wet. When Lisa entered the room, Ryasuk, who appeared delighted by her presence, instantly urged her inside and to seek refuge in his home. Without any hesitation, Ryasuk also welcomed Lisa to his home to recuperate. After they had entered Ryasuk's home, Lisa suddenly drew closer to him and gently teased him. It transpires that Lisa's ruse was only intended to persuade her to plunge a magic sword into Ryasuk's flesh and enter into a contract with him. Actually, Lisa is a Shinigami who seeks a human mate in order to unite her soul with that of the creature. She is able to obtain energy from the people who have agreements with her to reclaim her powers and dwell among them. After Ryasuk regained consciousness, he unintentionally touched Lisa's body, which infuriated her and caused her to kick him. Following that, Lisa gave Ryasuk the lowdown on herself, revealing that she was a Shinigami from the Grimward realm who had come to Earth to discover a new source of energy for Shinigami. In the midst of their debate, a monster appears out of nowhere and prepares to attack. In order to battle more freely, Lisa swiftly puts up a barrier before switching to Shinigami mode. To combat the monster, Lisa employs Muramasa's sword and her magic abilities. Due to the fact that Lisa has only recently gotten into a contract with a human and has not yet acquired enough strength, her strength is still quite low. Ryasuk was thrilled and joyful when he noticed Lisa's stunning body. Ryasuk's happiness caused her body to release a power known as Ero Power, which helped Lisa restore her strength. She consequently stood up right away and used all of her strength to defeat the creature. Ryasuk became annoyed and declined to aid Lisa after realizing she was merely using him to acquire power and energy. However, Lisa claimed that since Ryasuk's body was stabbed with her sword, they had been tied by a contract and that Ryasuk now only had 3 months to fulfill it. Then Lisa says that if they discover the strength of a spirit or soul that may give Ryasuk a new life, she will be able to save his life. Soon after, Lisa passed out from exhaustion from the previous struggle, which consumed the majority of her energy. Then, by gazing at Lisa's body, Ryasuk awakens the power of Ero Power so that he can direct the power energy to Lisa. The following day, Lisa enrolls in Ryasuk's high school in an effort to find a person at the school with a strong spirit or soul. In order to protect Lisa's identity, Ryasuk introduces Lisa to his classmates as his cousin. In order to discover the target she was seeking, Lisa shook hands with every student in the class to gauge their level of spirit power. None of Ryasuk's peers, meanwhile, possessed spirits that were high enough. Shortly later, a male student approached Lisa and instantly groped her body, prompting Lisa to strike the boy. A stunning woman named Kyul Ziria emerged out of nowhere and started walking toward Ryasuk and Lisa as they were relaxing in the schoolyard. Ziria claimed that the young man who had previously touched Lisa had tremendous spiritual abilities and could be able to help Ryasuk save his soul. Then, when they run across the young man once more, Ziria uses her magic to capture Lisa and bound her. Thankfully, Ryasuk was able to break the tie and save Lisa. Following that, Lisa and Ziria engaged in combat. After a rather spirited battle, Lisa started to lose her stamina and collapsed. As a result, Ryasuk touched each of their bodies to reawaken his Ero Power. As soon as Lisa regained her power, she launched a counterattack against Ziria. Ziria, however, was able to leave that location. Mina arrives to meet Ryasuk and Lisa when they get home to inquire about the strange things she noticed earlier at school. By chance, Mina witnesses Ryasuk and Lisa inexplicably vanish. Mina eventually understood Lisa was a Shinigami after hearing Ryasuk's justification. Iria had purposefully traveled to that school with the intention of locating a power source there. Iria had already met Lisa and Ryasuk, and Lisa herself had known her for a very long time. They had even engaged in combat to gauge one another's physical prowess. Iria was also aware that Ryasuk's power was derived from Ero Power. She did this on purpose while at the library by luring Ryasuk with her seductive physique so that she could harness his strength. Meanwhile, a huge monster that has penetrated their school must be fought by Lisa and Ziria. They instantly joined forces to battle the creature. When Lisa's electricity ran out, she received extreme power from Ryasuk, who arrived just in time. Because of this, Lisa may slay the monster with a single strike from Muramasa's sword. After that, Ryasuk started reading adult comics more frequently to develop his Ero powers. Ziria and Mina, who ended up being in love and liking Ryasuk, were the ones who surreptitiously observed his conduct. A huge water element monster was wreaking havoc in the municipal park one evening, according to Lisa. She then made an effort to combat the creature, but her strength was still insufficient for success. Thankfully, Ryasuk was on time and instantly assisted Lisa in slaying the monster. Ryasuk has been steadily building his Ero power, and now his efforts are about to pay off. Ryasuke can optimize his hero power without even touching Lisa's body, allowing him to renew Lisa's power more quickly. Ryasuke and Lisa were able to vanquish the monster that evening. A few days later, Ryasuke and the others go to his mother's house with Lisa. In an effort to win Ryasuke's mother over as their boyfriend, the girls introduced themselves and made a nice first impression. Following that, Ryasuke's mother gave an account of her encounter with Ryasuke's father, during which it was learned that the latter was a Shinigami. Half of the fabled sword had been thrust into Ryasuke's mother by his father. As a result, Ryasuke gained tremendous power as Lisa pierced the remaining portion of her sword into his flesh. One day, after Ryasuke and the others had successfully fought off a number of monsters, a Shinigami from Grimward unexpectedly materialized and abducted Mina. In order to save Mina, Ryasuke and Lisa hurried into the domain of Grimward. When the Galdobra family, who are thought to have abducted Mina, arrived, Lisa told Ryasuke and Zeria to wait at her home while she walked to the tower to greet them. And Lisa's theory turned out to be accurate. They are purposefully drawn into the Grimward universe by the Galdobra family because they want to regain the famous sword that is housed inside Ryasuke's body, while Ryasuke and Zeria must contend with a horde of powerful huge monsters. Even though Ryasuke was able to manage the legendary sword power emanating from his body, his and Zeria's combined strength was insufficient to overpower the army of monsters. Ryasuke and Zeria were on the verge of death when Lisa arrived just in time and slashed the monster with Muramasa's sword. But because of the fight, Ryasuke was badly hurt and had a panic attack. Zeria made the decision to assist Ryasuke by spending the entire night with him after observing his mental state deteriorate. Iria and Lisa were also making their way to the tower to confront the Galderbruffs at the same moment. Unbeknownst to Lisa, Iria had been tasked with trapping Lisa in the past. Iria appears uneasy during the journey since she is still unsure of her choice. The strength of Ryasuke's will is unable to awaken. Therefore, it appears that he was unable to connect with Zeria. Ryasuke attempts to be brave and decides to assist Lisa and Zeria after discovering that they are going to the tower. However, when she and Zeria snuck inside the tower to save Mina, Lisa directed her family to attack the Galdobra family forces guarding it. However, as the battle intensified, the tower started to sway, causing Mina, who was perched above it, to tumble to the ground. The Galdobra family wanted to take Mina back after she collapsed since she unexpectedly awoke a superpower from within her body. Iria changed her mind at the same time and chose to save Lisa, who was already defenseless due to being caught in the Galdobra family's monster trap. Iria released Lisa from her rope and instructed her to find Mina right away while she remained to kill the beasts. Soon after, Lisa discovered Mina, who was being held captive by the Galdobra family patriarch. Then Lisa quickly engaged the Galdobra family in combat using all of her strength. The super strong spirit that Lisa and Ryasuke had been seeking for was finally found when Mina, who was terrified, reactivated her overpowering strength. The head of the Galdobra family nearly kills Lisa as she runs out of energy at the same time. Thankfully, Ryasuke made it just in time and was able to repel the Galdobra family's assaults. After that, Ryasuke engages the Galdobra family in combat with the fabled sword strength he possesses. The head of the Galdobra family was killed by the powerful force concealed in the legendary sword. However, Ryasuke unintentionally opened the gate connecting the realms of Grimward and humans as a result of the attack, connecting the two worlds. A week later, during a fierce battle with the Grimward family, Ryasuke finally snaps out of his lethargy. The fact that the energy from the Grimward world is currently destroying the human planet is being purposefully concealed by Lisa and the others. When Lisa and the others understood that Ryasuke only had 2 weeks left, they made the decision to make the most of those days. Darnia Earhart, a young woman who would ultimately kill Ryasuke, arrived at his home soon after and introduced herself as a Shinigami. Ryasuke started to lose the will to live once he knew Lisa and the others had lied and covered up the catastrophe he had caused. Even though they like each other, Ryasuke and Lisa's relationship is becoming shaky. The decision was made by Lisa and the others to intensify the bond between Ryasuke and Mina. As a result, Mina's spirit power will grow and she will be able to save Ryasuke. Ryasuke's physique is infused with a powerful force as Mina declares her feelings to him in the afternoon. Unfortunately, because he has fallen in love with Lisa, Ryasuke rejects Mina's affection. Thus, Ryasuke prefers Lisa despite the fact that doing so could result in his death. Ryasuke unexpectedly passed out after returning from a date with Mina in the evening. Because they were about to lose Ryasuke, Lisa and the others were unable to hold back their tears. Then shortly after, Darnia starts to construct a barrier and carry out a ritual to kill Ryasuke. Due to Lisa's legendary sword still being inside Ryasuke, the ceremony proved unsuccessful. Darnia thus coerced Lisa into taking the fabled sword from Ryasuke's body. So, it's inevitable that Darnia and Ryasuke's buddies will clash. In the nick of time, Ryasuke sends Mina a delayed email informing her that he genuinely likes her as well. However, he is wary because Mina is his childhood buddy. When Mina comes to this realization, she can at last sense a connection with Ryasuke again, awakening her stifled strength. After that, Mina transferred the sword from her body to Lisa's so that Lisa may absorb Ryasuke's spirit. Finally, Lisa was able to save Ryusuke and tell him how much she cares. After Ryusuke succeeded in overcoming death, Lisa and Ryusuke reawakened the power of love for one another. Darnia had an idea to prevent the end of the human planet after seeing that. Darnia then suggests to humanity that they create a mutual pact with the Shinigami because they have coexisted. As a result, there will be a connection between the human and Shinigami worlds without any negative effects. Girls fighting over Ryusuke's freedom to do as he pleases. Well, that's the story of this anime. How is anime good or not? Give your answers below.